Hello, welcome back to another art doll tutorial. We're back in with Vulpix, who we saw last time getting his face flocked. We're all done now, and the last thing to do now is just put on some finishing touches. So today, we're going to go through how we're going to add some finishing touches to the face and to the paws with a bit of paint. So, this isn't something you want to go overboard with. It's just for a few little markings, just a little bit of definition around the eyes. We're going to get some whisker dots in, a bit of definition for the mouth, and some for the toes, just there. So, if you're doing something with a bit more marking, perhaps you might want to go a bit further, but we're not going to go too far with Vulpix. So we're just going to get out some normal acrylic paints, just the regular ones that come in these little tubes. They're usually the best. So we're just going to we only want a tiny amount, so we're not going to bother squirting it out. And very much moderation is the key here. You don't want to go overboard, so just a little bit of. So just start off with a little bit of brown. And the important thing here is when you're doing with paint on fur, you want to water it down quite heavily. You don't want your fur to get all clogged up and nasty. So just a little bit of water, spot some water there. And so what we're going to do is add a little bit of definition on the inside of the eyes, just where it might get a little bit darker on a real animal. Just a tiny bit. Don't go overboard. Don't glob it on in huge chunks. Just a little bit of brown there. We pop that on there. And just a little bit there to define the muzzle a bit better. And there. Just a little bit of the corner of the eyes as well. That just makes the eyes pop a little bit more, so the face isn't so flat. That is literally it. Just a few tiny little dabs. So there's the brown. And next up, we're going to do a bit of work with the black. Same thing again, just a tiny amount. So for the black, we're going to add a little bit of extra around the face. Just water it down again. Doesn't matter if it gets a little bit brownish because they're going to blend in together anyway. So you've got nice watered down black. Just a tiny little more around the eyes. You can see the eyes are really starting to pop now. Again, don't go too overboard. What I normally like to do is add a little bit of definition to the mouth because it does tend to get lost a bit in the flocking when you trim it down. So a little bit of black there. See how it starts to, just makes the mouth pop a little bit more so it's not lost in the fur. Just gives you a little bit of darkness around the chin. Normally a tiny little bit too, just above the nose where it blends into the fur. You know, we see a real animal might darken up a bit there. There you go, just a few little dabs. So we're going to get, and for the whisker dots, we're going to just dab it on a little bit thicker because it's only a tiny little patch here. It's not like colouring the whole thing. So just go paint and dab, dab. Again, don't go too overboard, just a few little dots. Just suggest that there's some whiskers going there. Don't need to match up perfectly. And there you go. Just a little bit of definition around the face. A little bit more on the nose there. There you see, just a tiny little bit, but it makes quite a bit of difference. I'm going to do the same now for the these paws. So for the paws, we just want a bit of definition between the toes, so the foot isn't quite so much of a blob. And again, it's just really, really simple. Just run your brush through the toes. Obviously, you can kind of airbrush these markings if you have access to an airbrush, but at the moment I don't. And obviously this is quite fine detail, so you can basically hand work it. A little bit more paint, more water. Just make the toes stand out more. Just get that to get into the hind legs now. Same here. Just a little bit around there. Okay, so last thing we want to do is just add a couple more little dots, and that's just to define where the claws would be. So we just add a little dark dot there. If there's no sculpted claws already, just a little bit there. You can just see that. This is sculpted claws, and these would be fully painted, but we're just dealing with a very simple foot here. So a little bit there. There. And on that end there. Again. Just little dabs, don't go overboard. Again, if you're doing some really complicated markings, you might use this technique, or you might sew them in depending on what sort of effect you have. For something like Vulpix, which is mostly kind of solid colour, most of the colour difference you can tell sewn in, like the belly, just there. So you don't need to do very much, but just a few little touches like this can really make it pop. So I think let's put that down. Okay, and there we go. There is Vulpix already. Just needs to dry off now. And then we were ready for photographing and ready to send off to a new home. So that's how I do my little finishing touches. Thank you very much for watching again. Please let me know what sort of techniques you'd like to see, anything you'd like me to explain. I'll be very happy to do so. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.